Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's Dave Jones on this Saturday, October 26th, 2024. This is just a brief update on the tropical weather and what we expect over the next week or so. I just want to give you a quick little update on things that are going on. Not a whole heck of a lot on the eastern part of the United States. We have a dry, cold frontal system that's moving through. I have the GOES satellite image turned on with the visible sector, so we're seeing the clouds that are reflected by the sunlight that's hitting it during the day, and also the sea surface temperature data. This is really effective, and you can see the Gulf Stream here. Look at that coming around Florida. That's all very warm, tropical-like water. Temperatures in the 70s and low 80s. And then it spins off little eddies and vortexes off as it meets with the colder water. Look at that. So it's cold all the way down in the mid-Atlantic states, opening mouth of the Chesapeake Bay there, Norfolk and the Outer Banks, North Carolina. Kind of chilly water now. It's getting to be past going to the beach for a little enjoyment, unless you're a surfer and you have some of that extra layers on the wetsuits and dry suits. But here we go down in South Florida, just a few showers, maybe some thunderstorms popping up, but generally speaking, very dry. This is kind of a dry cold front coming through. So again, very dry conditions along the eastern part of the country. And if I move this down to the tropics here in the Gulf of Mexico, we have a little bit more cloudiness, but certainly no tropical activity developing today, tomorrow, or in the next few days. High pressure still dominates, ridge of high pressure. And here you can just see scattered tropical showers, maybe some thunderstorms rumbling off of Belize and off of Mexico, Cancun here, and then down towards Central America and the southwestern Gulf of Mexico. We have plenty of warm water. You can see it. That is red, and that means temperatures are in the mid 80s. You can see the westerly winds blowing the fair weather cumulus clouds from east to west. And there's a few showers and storms developing, as they typically do, down in the southwestern Caribbean Sea. I do want to show you just a little bit further up to the north that ocean storm that developed. Remember, it had some of the remnants of Hurricane Oscar, the tropical storm Oscar, in it. Look at that. It's already way up here south of Greenland. That is Greenland up here, and you can see that it's moving out in the global jet stream. So that moisture will be circulating around the world. But you can see up in Nova Scotia, we've got some fair weather cumulus clouds moving around. It is pretty breezy, though, with the departure of that system and high pressure moving in. But all in all, a very pleasant day. Let's go out to the west, shall we? We'll go to the GOES West satellite, and I will turn on the same image. I'll turn on the visible sector and also the sea surface temperatures. So let's take a look out west. There we go. Wow, look at what we got going on here to the north. Look at this storm that's circulating in basically the Gulf of Alaska here. This is something that is I think it's about 964 millibars. It's a cold core system. You can see that wrapping out. It's an occluded front. That's meteorological talk for you're just getting really wrapped up. Look at the dry air coming in and all that stuff. That's not going to have a whole big impact except for making it windy and some big waves hitting in the western Canada there. But here we're talking about an atmospheric river developing. It's going to be short-lived, but you can see sort of this plume of moisture coming up around this low pressure system. That's going to cause some rain showers. I think overall, between today and Monday, probably up to maybe 1.25 inches of rain or so. It's not going to be anything significant, but it is giving us a hint that atmospheric river season is coming, and that is the winter months. These are all very stable clouds. We can tell from satellite it's very cold there, so it's really inhibiting any convection or thunderstorms to grow. So you can see these are stratocumulus clouds, fair weather clouds out here in the ocean. But if we go to the south, look at this. Remember this one? Yep, we've been watching this over the course of its lifetime when it made landfall as Tropical Storm Nadine in Belize and then moved off the southwest coast of Mexico into the Pacific Ocean. It got renamed into Hurricane Christie, and here's Christie right now on its last legs. Time to say goodbye to Christie because winds right now are 75 miles per hour. Look at how it's moved from the warm waters of the Pacific into the cooler waters. We're talking about ocean temperatures in the low 70s and upper 60s. That's the death nail for hurricanes, tropical storms. They need temperatures of 79 degrees and above to maintain their survival. And now this is just going to become a bunch of moisture. But you can see, look at the moisture streaming up here, and then it's going to be curving in. So it will get some of that moisture into California. We'll be following it to see if it's going to be anything really impactful. It doesn't look like it right now, but this indeed is Christie. We can say goodbye to Christie. We'll take it full screen here so we can see all the interesting things going on from the Gulf of Mexico, from the standpoint of the Goes West satellite, and also over to Hurricane Christie. But you can see all these warm temperatures going on here. And I'll show you GeoCollaborate and what that looks like too. I'll take a full screen to GeoCollaborate. Here is the path that Christie took off the coast of Mexico. Really rapidly intensified, or it deepened very rapidly from Category 1 to Category 4. Then it became a Category 5 hurricane with 160 mile an hour winds. And just as fast as it strengthened, it's really dissipated now. It's only a Category 1 hurricane. It's going to turn around here a little bit, move to the southwest. But it's not going to last very long. It will be torn apart by wind shear and also cold temperatures. Elsewhere in the U.S., this is what we're looking at. We're looking at some advisories on the East Coast. This is a red flag warning. So in southern parts here of New Hampshire and also most of Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, this is a red flag warning. Also in parts of Long Island up here, you can see that, and out in the islands too, off the coast of Massachusetts. This means that conditions are very favorable for wildfires to spread rapidly should they form. And that is something that has to be watched closely. That means don't park your car in tall, dry grass. If any sort of fire starts, it could spread very rapidly because it's quite breezy up here too. We have scattered, not scattered, but small craft advisories in effect off the New England coastline. And then down here in Pennsylvania, through Maryland, New Jersey, Delaware, Northern Virginia, and Central Virginia, this is all indicating that we have a chance for wildfires. So again, it's not quite a red flag warning yet, but it is an advisory saying we're going to have the winds, the breezy conditions, because the cold frontal system's passing through. It's a dry cold front. But again, dew points are low, winds are pretty high, breezy. Fires could spread very rapidly. And colder air is coming in here too. Look at this blue. What's that? That is, we have red flag warnings in New Jersey, but we also have a freeze watch. A freeze watch in effect in this blue area here, all the way down through Delaware's eastern shore. You don't see it here because this other color is superseding it with the special statement on the wildfire possibility. But look, watches and warnings, freeze watch down here throughout the eastern shore of Maryland. And also, let's see, down here in Charles County in Maryland and down towards Virginia as well. So temperatures could get down close to 32 degrees tonight as winds die down and temperatures drop under the clear skies. So we have a lot going on there. As a matter of fact, let me dive in. There you go. This is live right now at 4:17 in the afternoon on Saturday. And you can see there are people out there on the beach, tide coming up a little bit. So not a whole lot of beach there. Got the dunes and the dune grass there. But it's always pleasant, I suspect, to be out on the beach, soaking up some of that late fall sun as temperatures dive down tonight. Probably around 40 degrees at the beaches. The water temperatures, as I showed you, pretty chilly right about now. Okay, so what I'd like to show you here finally is what it looks like from the standpoint of any tropical development. I know many of you are concerned about any potential future tropical development that could impact any part of the United States. We're also keeping a lookout elsewhere as well in the Caribbean. But I do want to show you what the latest run of the American model, the GFS, looks like. And, we typically don't show or believe anything out beyond 5, 6, 7 days. But just to alleviate some of your concerns, we do have, and I'll step out here to the into the future. This is valid here, 7 o'clock Sunday morning. So tomorrow morning, you can see high pressure really dominating in the mid-Atlantic area. That's a pretty strong high pressure, and that dry cold front, a few little showers moving out off the Outer Banks and through South Carolina, but nothing really to sneeze at, although pollen in the fall is something to sneeze at, and we're seeing that high in ragweed with all this dry weather. But as we go a step forward, we don't see any developments in the Caribbean until about this period of time. And this is next Friday. Look at this, Friday morning. So almost a week, 5 days, 6 days from now. And the models are showing some development of a tropical system, develops and then seems to stay out in the Atlantic Ocean before being whisked away. So this is out here again, our 276, valid Wednesday night next week. I call it Fantasyland, but as we take it out here, at least this may alleviate some of your concerns that we're not expecting any tropical development that will impact the lower 48 in the United States. We'll continue to watch it because the GFS does want to develop a tropical system. It looks like it's intense enough, at least in the models, to get a name. And that name here would be Patty. You can see the names in the 2024 hurricane season. We're done with Oscar, so the next name is Patty. But it doesn't look like we'll be seeing Patty anytime before the end of next week. And then we have lots of high pressure, and then a big trough will be dominating the United States late in the week and next weekend. So that will also act like a block to not let any tropical activity our way. So that's it for this quick tropical update on this Saturday, October 26th. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Dave Jones with Storm Center Communications and Geo Collaborate. Please take care of yourself and also take care of your neighbors. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on Monday.